Patriots. I can't stand the Patriots, but I'm watching them.
How they doing this year?
They're playing Indianapolis. I just got some fantasy players playing with them, so I'm just checking it out.
What's fantasy players?
Huh?
What's fantasy players?
You don't understand fantasy? Oh, okay, let me show you.
Hey, class, late night class. Just to let you know, my brother and I decided to bring you guys in our attempt to raise the financial literacy of our fellow mankind. We wanted to bring you in when we're discussing the topics for our training on Friday. And Ryan and I just were talking. I'm like, dude, let's just bring everybody in. Y'all can tell us which one. I know what I want to know from my brother that I barely know. But I want to see what everybody else wants to know from my brother too. So go ahead, Ronnie. What you got on the fantasy football?
Let me see if I can share the screen. Have you ever seen this before? Can you see that?
Yeah, I do.
Like, see, it's live right now. Like, this is me. This is my team right here, the Sunny Alp Lynch Mob. I'm playing against Cleveland Special Brownies, and right now I have this guy playing in the game, Eric Ebron.
Jesse, JJ, go to your kennel, Jesse. Go to your kennel. Go to your kennel, Jesse. Now.
What is that?
Go to your kennel.
Can you see me or the screen? Can you see the screen?
I see you, brother.
So yeah, dude, it's a nut house around here. Let me show you around. Behind me is Bren and the dogs.
That's two dogs?
Yeah. I'm just sitting here right now. I've been sick, man.
Yeah, you sound a lot better though.
I'm feeling better. I'm feeling pretty good. How you feeling?
So, man, I'm just blessed, Ron. I gotta say thankful, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
I went to the lady's house. I put a note on the door, brother. So we'll see what's going on with the rent.
Okay, cool.
So I wanted to talk to you about lead flow or maybe lead processing when a lead comes in. We were talking the other day.
Yeah, you're talking about putting in place a VA?
Well, I wanted to just know your process.
Right now, my process is the leads come in, and
I wouldn't really necessarily ask you to break it down now. This conversation was just to discuss what we will be talking about tomorrow.
So that's one of the topics you're thinking about is lead process?
Well, I know when you were saying something about when a lead comes in, like for me, you said something about you got to contact them real fast, or I don't. It was something you were saying.
Yeah, like for me, in my industry, it's always first in wins. You know, so yeah, I hear what you're saying. We could discuss that.
What do you think about? Because whoever, yeah, I don't know, man. So you're telling me if whoever talks to them, okay, they're building the rapport with the person first.
No, like people are typical clients are like they get an idea they want to go buy something, you know, a product, and so you got the dogs are just running around.
You good?
You hear that?
Really, you and I really. I mean, I was inviting people if they want to ask questions for tomorrow. That was all.
Okay, so we're not live.
We are live, but I mean, it wasn't. I wanted to just put questions. I won't be answering questions. Well, we won't be answering. I'm just gonna put on here some stuff we can talk about for tomorrow.
So, just to speak about my industry, you know, like when people have this idea that they think they have a need, and they start looking for options to fill that need in my industry, then it's a quick, impulsive thing. So you have to talk to them right away, or they'll just keep going down the list until they find somebody to talk to.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're dealing with impulsive buyers.
Well, you know, I try to slow them down, but I mean, a car is different than the house. The house, everybody knows, or it's probably common ground. Like you may like that house, but you're not going to get it today. You know, in my industry, it's kind of like Amazon. You know, like for me, if I'm looking for something, like I want to buy a watch, I start typing, looking for that particular watch, and then 5 options come up, and whoever's got the best option, like this one is prime, so I can get that one. It's safe. It's going to get here on time. I make that selection that way. But customers in the car business, it's like the leads they have to be contacted right away so that you can talk to them and slow them down, you know, because they're typically just looking for the best fix to that need right then and there.
What is the need?
Well, the need is their cars break. Like tonight I had a client, his car just broke down. And so he needs to get that filled. It's not like we can take 2 weeks to get it filled. And so he's already, when he got to my office, he had already been on the internet looking at 5 or 6 different cars. And tomorrow he's driving 3 hours away from our town to go look at a car because they're just like, I got to do something. I got to get a car, you know? So,
wow.
You know, you sit down, but so like, you know, if you take that into mind, like for you, I think how you can relate to it is if you find a house, someone calls you off, or what do you call those things? Bandit signs?
Bandit sign, yeah.
Someone calls you, you better call them back right away, you know, because they are obviously interested in you buy houses, you know, and they probably got 3 or 4 phone numbers that they're about to call. So if you're not answering that call right away and talking to them, they're just off to the next one.
Well, okay. Well, I just think that'd be a good topic to talk about the leads, the difference in the type of leads. And I'm just talking about business in general. You know, it ain't gotta be. I think it's good to talk both about leads. Like my leads, I like your leads. They're so different. Like your lead, you're gonna fix that. You're gonna fill that need within the next few days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, hopefully. Sometimes it's a week to 2 weeks, depending on how flexible they are in color and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you know, yeah.
So we got a couple of real estate questions. Golly, everything's real estate. Well, I wanted to talk about lead flow. So yours is coming in. That's why I don't like it. See, real estate, I don't like the internet. I don't like leads that come from the internet because they're going like this: website to website to website to website to website.
What do you like? What kind of leads do you like?
Well, I don't mind those, but it's like with you got to be like this. But I think
I think that's what I'm saying. You know, when I'm talking about my business, it's like they were probably referred to me. I didn't get them from the internet, but that's my competition. It's like if I don't answer the phone or respond to them quickly, then they start going website to website to website to website and getting filled up with information that is misleading or whatever the case may be. And then they're formulating an opinion before someone that's an expert like me can talk to them and let them know, hey, this stuff is whack. You know, you're looking at the wrong type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about, so in real estate, we'll cover it in more detail tomorrow. In real estate, my people are looking to sleep at night, which trumps any type of money. You know, they're looking to, one of my favorite closes is if you could go to bed tonight and wake up in the morning with this problem solved, what would you want to do? I think it's more like they're looking, because they know that I'm not going to solve, we're not going to like close this thing out within the next week or maybe even 2, you know?
Yeah.
As opposed to yours, your deal might be closed in 2 days, right?
Sometimes, I mean, if it's a new car, there's lots of availability. You can get the car really quickly. So that happens. Hey, guys. Because we're live right now. You want to come say hi to Uncle Chris? This is what you have to deal with as a dad. You sit down at the kitchen table, and there's a Cheerio always in the way.
Hey, Jude.
Wow.
Hi.
Looking good, brother.
Let me see it. Wow. That's fantastic. I just got a gift from Tori. Got a new jacket. I'll probably wear this tomorrow.
That's nice.
You know, this time for frozen pizza.
It's just 15 minutes. It'll be 15 minutes and then it'll be ready.
Say hi to Uncle Chris so I can talk. Say hi to Uncle Chris. You're live on YouTube? You want me live on YouTube?
Oh, my Lord.
She don't want me live on YouTube. right now, unless you can dance and sing a song.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So lead flow.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So I like just how you, when it comes in, we'll do that. We'll go down and listen to how I process them and how you process them, and we'll let people kind of chime in on that stuff.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say go to bed.
Oh, that's my wife. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock out here. So my brother's in Colorado Springs class, and I'm 2 hours in front of him. Am I behind him? I'm in front of you. So it's only 7:30 out there.
Something. 7:28.
7:28, yeah.
So hold on. That's just one topic. So I'm trying to.
Atlanta Real Estate wants to know next step after the owner receives the notice of default letter. I mean, I can go into that. That wouldn't have anything to do with my brother, though. Well, let me ask you with that. Maybe Ronnie, you can do that. We could do that too. So in the real estate, this could be. I mean, this is open questions for anybody to ask whatever. Ronnie, when you do a lease, are you out of it? Are you dealing with payments, or are you done?
I'm done. So that's a good question. So, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the whole process. Like how I deal with the paper. Like if you sign the contract with me, what happens next?
Yeah. I'd like to hear that too.
Bye.
Yeah.
What up, Martin? So on my end, notice of default. He wants to know Alabama real estate. What happens after the owner sees the NOD? Yeah, they're just in default. I mean, it could be 3, 6, 9 months before they get a foreclosure, brother. It could be, I mean, a number of things. But you want to get to them after that 3rd month. 90 to 120 days is when you want to get to them. How do you initially deal with the new contractors? Oh, God. Jamal Thomas. Yeah, we can. You want to do that stuff, or you want to tackle these tomorrow?
Contractors?
I'm saying, you want to deal with this tonight, or you want to just deal with this tomorrow?
Man, I'm fine, man. I got some time. Our pizza is cooking in the oven right now, so I got some time. I'm totally good. Like I said, we're hanging out.
All right. Jamal wants to know.
What's your world look like? Where Billy at?
I'm in my little home. I'm in my office in my bedroom. They don't mess with me too. Well, they're in the bed, man. Billy in the bed. Billy sleeps on the bed. But Jamal, contractors, good God, contractors. Building up trust. You never trust them the first few times. I always buy materials on my credit card, have them shipped to the site, pay for labor after it's done. Buy materials, have them shipped, pay for labor as it's done. Never give I don't give the contractor any work to get started. If you need work to get started with me, I'm the wrong guy to do business with. All right. If you need to pay up front, then we don't need to do business. If you can't afford to.
I've had the same experience with contractors. I've used contractors for 3 of the houses that I have. And, you have to basically build the team around you and get some contractors you trust. But like, they should be able to operate and have operating money to purchase the stuff they need to purchase to work. But, I guess some of them demand you to buy the product. I mean, some of them don't.
Well, I don't want to give up. If you give up money up front, man, they could, even if they're the best guys in the world, they could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you give them 20 grand, man, dude, it's weird. I mean, it's funny how I'm handing over large checks to these guys, and if I don't know you, what schmuck would want to do that? You just don't do that stuff, So we're just running my brother and I night class. We are just bouncing off some topics for us to discuss tomorrow. What is it, 12:30 we're doing, Ronnie? Or what do we do, 12:30?
No, yeah, 12:30 your time, 12:30 East Coast.
12:30 East Coast, 10:30. What is that, Central Standard?
Central, no, Mountain Daylight.
Mountain Daylight. My brother and I are getting to know each other in public. I feel like I'm on one of those talk shows where I just want to air out, people just get up there and start talking about stuff. They just
That's why I'm like, we always pick these topics that are crazy, and then we talk about them. Like, I don't know if we talked about anything. Like, we should ask each other some questions like, what about your experiences with this or that or whatever, so that we can learn something about each other.
Yeah.
Or if they got business questions would be good. Like if you're starting up your real estate investing business, or you're starting up your dry cleaning business, or whatever the case may be, what pitfalls you could expect to run into the first 5 years, things of that nature. You being a 20-year guy, like stuff you don't do now that you did 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That you would never, you've already learned those lessons. You're like, I don't need to go learn those lessons again. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Faye wants to talk about lead generation. How do you feel about going to apartment complexes and leaving postcards on the door? Have you encountered being thrown off of the property? And I thought about that for the car business too, Ronnie. I don't think anybody's doing that.
Going to apartment complexes and dropping off flyers?
Well, say just forget real estate cars, whatever. I like direct mail because, as Dan Kennedy said, you get to sail in a vacuum. It's just you and that letter, and it's just you right there. That's why I think McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, you always get it in the mail. Well, let me ask you, do you get that stuff, the coupons in the mail?
Yeah, we get coupons, and sometimes we use them.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking for the car business, Ronnie, what do you think about doing direct mail, like to people that at an apartment complex you can mail a whole like we do direct mail. Like that's what I do. I mail to people that own houses. So does anybody do direct mail for cars?
I can tell you, to speak on your business, I get letters every week, and they look handwritten. Hey, Ronnie. And I'm like, oh man, I better open this. And I open it, and it's just somebody wants to buy my other house, And so I'm getting bombarded. How many letters do you think we get a month, honey? Daily. We get letters all the time about, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? And so don't worry about the negative. Like, okay, we're getting letters all the time. Don't worry about that. The point is consistency. Whether you choose direct mail, putting flyers in the apartment complex and getting thrown off, that's a great lesson to learn, because then you don't need to go back to that apartment complex.
Yeah.
Or maybe you need a better relationship with that apartment complex that allows you to put flyers on their boards. They got boards in apartment complexes that they post things. So
yeah, they do.
I'm a big proponent of, like Chris says, he likes direct mail. And I don't believe he just likes it because he woke up and liked it. I think he likes it because of using it over and over and over and over again. And then finally, what's happening, Princess?
Hey, I'm Ronnie. How you doing?
Good.
We are.
Oh, we're live?
We are.
Live.
Look at this, Ronnie. Bubba. What's wrong, Bubba?
Hey, girl. Hey, Brittany, you want to see your cousin? Come here. Brittany.
This is the real deal Holyfield live.
Look.
Ask a Haskins.
Say hi to your cousin.
Hi. Oh.
Say hi, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan.
So
Hi, Morgan.
either you're consistent or non-existent, basically.
Existent. Like she asked the question, what was it, Faye? She asked, what do you think about doing flyers? I think, I would like to ask her a question, like, have you been thrown off of an apartment complex after you put the flyers in? Or are you worried about getting thrown off the complex? And you want to know if someone's experienced that. Like, can you type that in there for Chris, Faye?
Yeah. Well, I think Faye's looking for motivated buyers, like people that are renting, and she can convert them over to buyers in a retail. I think that's smart.
I think it's smart too. But so here's my point, Chris. If she's feeling out like, do I go do this because I'm afraid of getting thrown off their complex? There's one good way to find out, Faye. Go put the flyers in the apartment complex.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if they got signs up that say no soliciting, no flyers, you're running a risk there. But if you've identified a place you want to go and put the flyers, go put the flyers out. The worst thing that can happen is they tell you to leave.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, what else we got? Well, Ronnie, I like to, once again, man, my thing for you is, she said she is worried about it.
It's just worry, right? That's what I'm saying, Chris. It's just worry. No activity leads to fear and misery. So when you haven't done anything, then your brain is telling you all the bad things that are going to happen. The fear.
We're going to throw in
My quote. So go
it.
get active, and then email Chris as soon as you get thrown off apartment complex. And I bet you never send an email.
You know what, man? The worst thing they could do is they could kill you, right?
Chris.
I always tell my coaching client. I had a lady today, new coaching client. She's like, I get so scared when I'm talking to sellers. I'm like, they could kill you, right? They could. I'm serious, Ronnie. They could.
Hold up, Chris. So you said you're gonna be doing a deal, and they're gonna be like, I don't want to do the deal. I'm gonna like, come on,
The
man.
bread knife.
Well, I take that back. They could shoot you, or stab you, or hit you in the head with a baseball bat. All that, right? But that never happens, man.
Let me talk to Faye for a second. So here's what you do. If I was worried about getting thrown off the apartment complex, I would pick a tougher place to go. Like go to the Walmart parking lot with your flyers and stand there where there's like hundreds of people coming out. And you're going to get good real quick because you're trying to give them to the people and you're going to get no, get out my face, get out my face. But while those people are walking at you, you can work on your introduction and introducing yourself. And then that builds your confidence if you get 5 flowers in somebody's hand, or somebody might say, buy my house. But then after you get that confidence, get your stack together. Use Chris's thing about the timer. Like, I'm going to go to this complex for 1 hour. Start your timer and go to the complex and hand out those flyers or put them on the doors or do whatever you got to do. And you'll feel your confidence grow. But nobody's going to kill you.
I like to tell people to go to yard sales. I've been to yard sales, Ronnie, and ended up buying the house at
That's
the yard
what you
sale.
told me before. I thought that was amazing. Like, I should go to yard sales and ask people if they're selling their cars.
I mean, you just never know. All right, let's do this. Here we go. How do you negotiate with banks for REO properties? I have not graduated. That's going to be Martin K. I have not graduated to doing that. Usually when banks liquidate assets or they take it back or real estate owned. Ronnie, did you buy REO or did you buy a short sale out there?
This house was bank owned, I believe, because it was empty. They had shut the water off and the gas, all the utilities, everything. And so when we got it, it was completely rock bottom of the market, 2008. And we had a realtor though. We had a realtor that negotiated with the banks.
That's my point. Yeah. So my point is banks have this strict protocol.
Yeah.
Martin K. Is it Martin? Yeah, they got a strict protocol, which is government regulated. Like they have the big banks. They have a realtor or a broker that they deal with. It's a funnel that they take it back. Then they have a process that they go through. Unless you're buying 100 of them, I wouldn't even. And I'm not an expert at that, so I'm hearing that it's changing. What I will say is, if you can get in touch with a local bank, that's where you get your bread and butter. Like I have relationships with local small little banks where they take back loans and houses. I can literally walk in there and they'll say, Chris, we got this list here. You want to take a look at what we got? So cool. But that's going to be over time where you establish your relationships with people.
I'd like to say something about that. So what I found out through that whole transaction is certain realtors are better and have better connections.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can find there's certain realtors that focus on that stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's true. All right, man. I think I got enough stuff for tomorrow, right? We'll go over your lead flow. I'll say when a lead comes in, we'll talk about a lead coming in, and I'll tell you how we process them. Because I'm going out to, they're coming to you, right? No one ever will come to me to sell a house. It just doesn't work like that.
Really? You said the bandit signs. People call you.
I'm talking about they're not going to come to the office and say, hey, I got this house. We got to go.
They might kill you.
We've got to go to the house. It's not like you're going. No one goes. They can't bring the house to me.
Yeah, you got to go there. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, you got to go there. They come to my office.
There you go. It's just different.
Yeah. All right. Love y'all.
Let me check one more time. We'll make sure we got nothing else. Cody S. I've never been in real estate, rental industry, but he spent $100,000 on some acres of land, thought about slicing it up and rent for some. Yeah, you can rent out land. It's called a land lease. That's how McDonald's, Ray Kroc made his money, leasing land. That is a good way to do it. All right, we gone, Ronnie. Love you.
All right, man. Love you too.
Yes, sir.
Later.